And it's like, you know, I'm talking about becoming successful and being so far in life, and I can't even fucking operate like a normal person. Hey guys, I got some news this morning. It's not very good, and originally I was going to shoot this video for you this morning, but in truth I was a little bit too emotional to do so. So in my last video I talked a little bit about some of the health stuff that I've been dealing with, and that, you know, as much as I try to come across very positive and very motivational on this channel, and about, you know, crushing your goals and going for what you want, there is unfortunately some stuff that holds me back. And in terms of it, I had some blood work coming back. I've been getting blood now pretty regularly for the past year to 2 years, but because I didn't have the financial means necessary to move forward with doing certain treatments when I didn't have the insurance and such, I wasn't really able to pursue things. And a lot of the doctors just wanted to put me on all different kinds of, you know, drugs, and I don't even remember the names of all of them. But so recently, obviously, you know, I've made a decent amount of money in the last year to be able to try to pursue things and try to heal myself, because I get held back a lot. And it's very, very frustrating because, you know, I have all these dreams, I have all these desires, everything that I want to go after, you know, the goals that I have and I set for myself. And to be honest, even through everything, I really hit most of them. And, you know, I do have to remind myself to be proud of myself for being able to do that. But, you know, I get held back a lot because it's like, for example, last night I'm laying awake and my hands and my feet are like on fire, like they're all cramped up and they're hot, and just, it's like I get these full body aches and I have no idea why or what's going on, or I'll have trouble walking, or, you know, trouble cognitively thinking, and it's very frustrating. So I had some blood work that came back today. They tested for a lot deeper than typically, and, you know, the results were some of what was expected, some of which was not. So, you know, some doctors tried to tell me that, you know, things are all in my head and stuff like that. So obviously with the results, it's not. So I have heightened levels of estrogen, I have lowered levels of testosterone, I've got very low levels of cortisol, which all that can totally play into why I'm just fatigued all the time. I have the Epstein-Barr virus, which is like you have mono as a kid, and then kind of like you have chicken pox, and then shingles can come later. Epstein-Barr it can come out later on in life when you have heightened stress levels and all that stuff, which I can just attribute to my 20s. But so I have that. Then there's my adrenals are not producing properly, meaning my adrenal glands are basically shot, which again is from stress. I mean, a lot of this stuff is you know, connected. And then what we found this morning, which caused me to get a bit emotional because of what my mother's got going on, I tested positive for autoimmune disease. Now, as to which one I actually have, we don't know yet, but I tested positive for that. And a lot of it just comes down to it's just frustrating. And autoimmune disease is basically like your body attacks itself, or at least that seems like the type that I've got going on, that your body is basically attacking itself, and it causes inflammation in the body, it causes chronic fatigue because you're exhausted from constantly fighting things, very susceptible to being sick, right? You know, I'm fucking sick every few weeks because the immune system's not working properly, so that all ties together. You know, autoimmune disease is it's a huge percentage of people who are dealing with some form of it, but it can get very, very, very developed, which, you know, some people are dealing with. And, you know, at the end of the day, like, what is very frustrating is, like, dealing with this kind of stuff, this is going to come out wrong, but it makes me feel like a joke, right? It's like I say what I'm going to do, and then I go and do it to the best of my ability. But to large extent, me trying to go and do things to the best of my ability, like sometimes I'm just not capable of it. And it's like, I talk so much on this channel about becoming successful and about, traveling and about, for example, taking the trailer and going cross country and going on tour and all this kind of stuff. And it's just like, yeah, that is what I want. Yeah, somehow or shape or form, I'm going to figure out how to get there. But in the meantime, this stuff showing up, it makes me feel like, it's like I say these things and I'm like, fuck, how the hell am I going to fix this? Like, because this is not necessarily a normal thing to be dealing with, and it's like, I'm talking about becoming successful and being so far in life, and I can't even fucking operate like a normal person, and it's very frustrating. And on one hand, it's like, how am I ever going to get to those levels when I can't even just simply walk without pain some days, or even think straight because of whatever issue is going on that's causing me to just be so spacey that day. On one hand, it's like, how am I ever going to get there? But on the other hand, it's like, when I do get there, because I genuinely believe that I'm going to, when I do get there where I'm trying to go, like, this is just another obstacle that I was able to overcome to get there. And in terms of being able to do that, like, how much more, like, inspirational can I be to somebody else who's dealing with things that they're told are going to hinder them throughout their whole life and are going to hold them back from different kinds of things? I mean, there's a lot of people who are told they would never walk again, right? They had an injury, they would never walk again. They were told they could never, they could never fight again because of a spinal injury, and then they build their core up so much and it holds their spine together and they can go back to MMA. Like, I know a person personally who did that. And it just adds to the story, right? Again, that being able to reframe things is just a very, very, very helpful tool. So I'm trying to reframe this to saying, you know what, this is just another chapter in the book, right, of my life that's going to be overcome and is going to inspire somebody, hopefully, out there who's dealing with similar, right? It's really, really frustrating because, I just want to live my life. I just want to enjoy myself. And I know, ironically coincidentally from talking to some of you on this channel in direct messages and such, I know that some of you out there are dealing with some stuff too, and you just want to live your life. You just want to, you have the drive to do things, right? I obviously have the drive to make things happen in my life. But to be dealing with these mystery issues or mystery ailments are extremely frustrating. So I tested positive for the autoimmune disease, so I had to go back today and get more blood tests taken, and it's like I have so many, like, if you could see like the needle marks in my arm, like this last year has just been in and out of freaking getting tests for this doctor, tests for this one, platelet counts and da-da-da-da, and it's just, it's very frustrating, and it builds up a lot, and it's like, I was so excited about getting this podcast thing off the ground and such, and I'm still going to do it. Like, mark my words, I'm still going to do it. It's just, my health has to take precedence, in getting healed, and it's just, I have watched my mother, deteriorate a lot. I mean, she's still very lively, she's very full of life, but she's in pain every single day. She's had autoimmune disease for, 15 years, maybe it's going on 20. and it's just this just decline. But I got really down about it originally. I got really down about it, and I was upset. I my eyes teared up at one point, because it's just like seeing where you want to go and just seeing there's just this brick wall. It's like, how can I travel if I'm chronically fatigued and I constantly have to do treatments or do whatever is necessary. And I think about the advice that I would give somebody else. I think about the advice that I do give other people when they're dealing with things. And I thought about what advice I would give myself. The advice that I would give myself is that, this may actually be a positive thing. Now, how the fuck is that a positive thing, right? Well, if life is perception, that means that reframing your perception, means that you get a different meaning out of life. Now, obviously, I'm not happy about this, but if I reframe this into being like, well, first off, I 100% believe I can cure whatever's wrong with me. I believe everything's curable. The cure just has to be found, right? So I'm going to move forward with talking with this woman that I've been talking with, this homeopathic type healer. And, we're going to continue with a treatment plan once she gets the results from this test back. But I 100% believe that it's curable, just because I believe anything's possible, and I refuse to believe anything else. And beyond that, I would say that, it also gives me insights to what other people deal with around the world. And it almost like softens my heart a bit, right? Because if you haven't experienced things of great difficulty on your own, it's very hard to put yourself in other people's shoes to understand what they're going through and understand and how to help them, right? So one of the attributes of a great leader is somebody who can actually put themselves in the shoes of others and help to guide them to prosperity or success in any area that they want, and to help nurture them to grow within themselves. So it's kind of like, yes, I'm dealing with this now, but I tell you right now, if you go back 2 years, I couldn't walk some days. Like, my joints would be in so much pain, they'd be so blown up. I was so tired, I was so exhausted. Like, this was like in full effect back then. So the fact that I've been able to go back to the gym, even if it's only 2 to 3 times a week right now, I'm definitely, without a doubt, moving in the right direction. And now I have the financial means to pretty much get whatever the help is that I need. So this has been a long time coming. I mean, I've been dealing with this for 5 years or so. And, another thing I would tell myself is that look what you've done, in this time, even while dealing with this stuff. So I kind of just want to give you guys an update, because I'm being a little more raw on this channel and kind of exposing what's going on behind the scenes and stuff. But it's like, I do believe that it's curable. I do believe I'm going to get by it, and it'll, in a crazy way, it will help me grow as a person. You know what I mean? As I get by this, and it's just one more thing to add to my story of me getting to where I want to be in life and leaving another, breadcrumb behind. So it's like, as upset as I was this morning, I had a conversation. I reached out to some of my closer friends, had some conversations with them, and they helped me to reframe my perspective on things, and helped me to kind of turn around how I was feeling about it, and give myself a new perception on it. So anyways, so I'm gonna continue on this, and I'm sure I'm gonna put up some other content soon, whether it's about Bitcoin or whether it's about whatever else is going on. I mean, if you're dealing with stuff out there, I mean, just keep fighting it. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't gonna take me down. This isn't going to, whatever. I may feel like shit and have, trouble fucking lifting weights or holding on to them, but I'm still gonna go to the gym. I'm still gonna get up every day and try to, like, make things happen for myself. So Um, so anyways, I just figured I would give an update. So hopefully the next time I talk about this, it will be good news, and at least now we have a much firmer idea of what I'm actually dealing with, and by knowing exactly what I'm dealing with, I can do my own research and I can work with this woman to try to counteract and put into remission or get rid of altogether, because I do believe everything's curable. I can kind of look at this like a positive. At least now I know what it is that I'm up against and what it is that I'm dealing with. So, just remember, guys, like, as frustrating and difficult as it can be, you can reframe things from negatives to positives. And it's a big stretch at first to do it, and it's real difficult to do, but it is possible, and anything's possible. Anything's possible that you want to achieve. And, if you believe it, you can achieve it, right? So just reframe the negativity in your life and, reframe it to the way that you want to look upon things, because there's no reason to look at things negative in this life. You have to overcome that negative mindset to get anywhere in life, to get any positivity in life. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys are doing good out there. Talk to you next time.